Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is David, this is David K Reacts, and here on this channel I ramble, with articulation I hope, about a variety of different musical, video and audio elements of the videos that I watch, and today, as you can see, we're in a slightly unique space. That's because I'm working on a boat for a week and I didn't manage to get a video recorded before I left. So I am recording from the DJ booth on the boat. Slightly different. I hope the audio quality isn't too much of an off-put because I know it's not going to be as great as normal. I didn't have space to be able to pack my usual gear, so I'm recording with my laptop's inbuilt webcam and speakers, which isn't amazing, but these headphone speakers sounded even worse. So my apologies for that in advance. Hopefully you will stick with me on this video. And we are going back to visit Mr. Colm McGuinness, and a piece of music that as soon as I saw he'd done it, I knew I had to put it on this channel, and that is Rattlin Bog. This is an Irish folk song, and one I absolutely love. It's a cumulative folk song, which is to say it gets longer and longer as it goes on, and the example that's always used to describe what one of those is the 12 Days of Christmas. And in this particular case, it describes all the things that are in a bog, and each verse adds a thing. I don't know how many verses we're going to get here from Colm, but I am used to the... oh, sorry, Colm, isn't it? It's Colm. I apologise. I am used to the version by the Irish Descendants, which is quite a long song and adds an enormous amount of stuff that is sung at an extraordinary speed. And so I'm expecting something similar here, but we'll see precisely what we're going to get. I don't really know. I don't have a crazy amount to say about this one. This is going to be an uncharacteristically short intro. Pardon the cat, by the way. As you can probably tell, well, we'll see if I've been able to fix this in post. There's a huge glare on my face because the only angle where I could set this up is facing the window that the sun is blaring in through right now. So it's a beautiful day. It's absolutely terrible lighting for recording a video, but it was the best I could do on short notice. Anyway, I'm actually just going to move on because there's not a lot I have to say about this one. As I said, it's an Irish folk song. There's no known composer. And you'll see the nature of it. If you haven't seen this, do check out the original, of course. There will be a link down below to that and to Colm's channel. Please do go and check out and enjoy, and then come back and watch my response to it. So I will say welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. The way this works, I'm going to watch this video through once from beginning to end, commenting and emoting over the top. I will then go back and watch it a second time, this time pausing, interrupting, and offering what commentary and analysis I feel I can based on what I've just seen and heard and the foreknowledge of the one prior viewing. If you're just here for the reaction, the first quarter or so of this video is going to be good for you. Please do hit the like button, subscribe button and notification bell, and if you'd care to support the channel, you can do so at buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts, at patreon.com/DavidKReacts, or by leaving a super thanks here on YouTube. And any of those, very gratefully received if you should choose to do them. There is, of course, no pressure to do so. More information on those at the end, and I think that's about that. So bear with me a little bit. I'm hotspotting from my phone to get internet. I'm working from my laptop without my attached gear, so I might be a bit clunky with this one. There will be probably a couple of cuts in here while I switch what screens and things I'm paying attention to, even worse than my recent videos possibly. I apologise if that is the case. But without any further delay, here is Colm McGuinness and Rattlin Bog. Ooh, I hear the bass down there too, that's cool. I love the breath. And now you see how the song's gonna go. But I love the breadth of sound he's got here with the bass, the string instruments higher. It's such a fun piece of music. And the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog and the bog down in the valley. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley. You can't not smile at this.
nest and the nest and the limb and the limb and the branch and the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley. Oh,
this kind of song is so much fun, both to perform and to listen to.
now in the nest there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, and a bird and a nest and the nest and the limb and the limb and the branch and the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley.
Notice he's picking up speed too.
And in the bird there was an egg, a rare egg, a rattling egg, and the egg and the bird and the nest and the nest and the limb and the limb and the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley. Oh, the rattling bog, the bog down in the valley. Oh, and in that egg there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, and the bird and the egg and the egg and the bird and the nest and the nest and the limb and the limb and the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the bog.
Pardon you, sir. I like that. Oh, I like the whistle gets its moment. Well played, sir. Oh, that is excellent. Isn't that a fun piece of music? It's really, really hard not to grin like an idiot while you're listening to it. Let's just see. By the way, I apologize. Well, I apologize. Nothing to apologize for, really. But it's possible that my nodding along and stuff is slightly out of time with what you're seeing. There is a small amount of latency between my laptop playing the video back and the audio coming to me. I could tell it was slightly out of sync. It's not bothering me for the purposes of this. But if I appear to be out of time, that is why. Oh, nice. He was giving. I was going to comment about the quality of his amazing sweaters, and he's actually giving a disc. It's probably not valid anymore because this was 4 years ago. Oh goodness, almost 4.5. But he was giving a discount code off the Skellig gift store for his sweaters. That's awesome. No information there other than his socials and a link to the mic that he's using. Fair enough. That is wonderful. Isn't that great? And there are groups, and the Irish Descendants is an example of this, who go 10 times as fast. I appreciate them because you can just about make out what they're saying because you know the lyrics, because they're just building on each other. I appreciate this because you can hear every detail. And I really appreciate that. They get to the point where it's like, back in the bird and the egg and the egg and the bird and the bird, and you really trip over it. This is nice because it still speeds up, but you get every word clearly, which is very cool. That's wonderful. You can see how much you can hear how much he's enjoying it, and it's a great arrangement. I really like what he's done with that. I love some of the little gimmicks and things like that. We're going to go back to the beginning, watch this again, and see what I can pull out, because there's some fantastic things in here. Firstly, I love this instrumentation. It's really nice. You've got the mandolin, you've got the banjo, and there's a guitar in the background filling it out, and it's that combination of strings is just fantastic. It's a really, really nice sound. It's robust, but it's not particularly heavy, and I like that. Oh, one thing, by the way, rattlin. I saw a blog about this. Rattlin rattling is another way of saying splendid. So everything is fantastic in this bog. This is a wonderful bog. I can't personally relate. I haven't spent too much time in bogs, but this particular bog is excellent. I can't even take myself seriously. Obviously, you're getting the melody here. It's nice because what I like about cumulative songs is that they give you time to digest everything that you're listening to. And in this case, the intro is simply the melody, so you hear the melody. You're familiar with the melody when the words start, and then the words start and you go, okay, I get what's going on now. And then everything just keeps repeating and getting longer. So really, there's only 2 things you need to listen to on each new round, which is what is the thing that is being added? Okay, so there's a bird in the nest, and then there's an egg in the bird. And then I particularly enjoy the fact that you then go back to the bird because, yeah, sure. So there's a bird in the egg in the bird. I love that in this song. I think that's hilarious. And then you have to listen to okay, we've added a bird to the nest, and then it's, and the bird and the nest and the nest, and so on and so forth. And so those are the only 2 points you have to listen to anything new. Then you just appreciate the musicianship, the arrangements, the singing, the pace, all that kind of stuff. And you can digest something new every single time, because it's only the new thing that you're digesting, because everything else is already in there. Great stuff. I also love that he comes in with a group of himself. It makes complete sense. It's really nice. You get this lovely full sound straight out the bat, and that's how I'm used to hearing it sung too. I assume this is the thing. Everybody sings the familiar bit, and then you get the sort of solo run of whatever it is that's, you know, the verse of this. And it's one of those things. This is a drinking song. You sing it. Everybody can join in with the familiar bits, and somebody can go wild adding things in. And I love that we've got this, the Rattlin Bog. You've got, the Rattlin Bog. He's got it way down low as well. I have no voice right now. I'm a little short on sleep. But there's a huge sound there that he's created, and I think that's a great choice, because it gives you this kind of group fun atmosphere immediately off the bat. There's a sense of camaraderie, because there's such a sort of textured, layered texture of sound. These are excellent sweaters, I do have to say that. I noticed them on the way through. They are very, and it's 3 of them, I think, and they are all very nice. Next time I'm anywhere near somewhere where I can get reasonable postage, I would love to get one of these. They're fantastic. Random things one notices. I like the fact that he has the solo hymn singing with the black sweater, so you always know when you're looking at the soloist. And then the cream for this one, they're facing, you know, you don't cross the lines so that you have them sort of singing to each other, kind of thing. It's a rule in cinematography. Is, if you'll notice, he is the column that we're looking at right now. They're all center, but he's facing screen right, whereas this one is facing screen left, and so you get the sense that they're talking to each other. If everybody was facing screen left, you would think there was an interviewer off screen that they were all talking to. And so it makes it a bit more of a conversation, which I really like. I think what's nice too is, unless I'm very much mistaken, if you look at the lighting, so you've got this warm orangey light on the right side of his face, and then if you come here, there is a warm orangey light on the right side of his face. So he has also kept the lighting the same, which again, it's a small thing, but it looks clean, because we're not seeing this weird, we're getting this concept. Actually, no, hang on a minute. No, I tell a lie. That slightly breaks the rule, because if it was 2 people facing each other and talking to each other, the light would be on the other side of his face. So my bad. That is in contrast to the lighting. Although at the same time, there's something about recognizing that side of his face is lit a particular way. It breeds a familiarity, but it doesn't quite work with the rule of conversation. And here we add the fiddle in. Now you've got a fiddle coming in the background. It's added a little bit of an element. So not only have we slightly picked up speed, and to begin with, there's not much. It may not even be much. I might just be tricking myself into thinking that, because I know the song picks up speed in general. But it's not an enormous pickup, if there is one. But we do add that violin of the fiddle there as an additional element, as an evolution of what we've been listening to, I think. Yeah, we don't really hear it there. Oh, never mind, it is there. Is it just higher? Yeah, it's just higher. We got the ba, whereas it was ba before, so we've gone up to the third rather than being at the tonic. That's the change. That makes more sense now. So yeah, we've just added that element. It's a little bit higher. It stands out a little bit more, I think. And then rare tree, a rattling. Rare tree, a rattling tree, da da. We're singing the third and the second there, and yet he's gone up to the fourth on the violin. So you have this clash between da da. That's actually really nice. It adds a small element of tension in that's nothing particularly aggressive, but it just increases the tension of the song a little bit. It's nice because the fiddle isn't doing too much work, so it doesn't intrude too much, but it is there as an additional element to the song, and I really, really like that. So here we just have the fiddle playing, I think, the tonic and the fifth, so it's just playing an open chord, and it's actually very effective coming back again because we've changed out the tone of what we're hearing just a little bit, but we're not doing it in any way that's obtrusive. We're just simply adjusting one small element. I like that a lot. There was a branch, a rare branch, a rattling branch, and the branch and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bug down in the valley, oh. You'll notice that bog down in the valley, oh, sounded a little bit more consonant than the previous one because we're not clashing against the fourth there. The first and the fifth together, you can sing pretty much anything over that and it's not going to sound out of place. The only thing that probably would do would be an augmented fourth. So let's say we're in C major, having the violin playing a G and him singing an F sharp would sound a little bit weird, but it's about the only thing that would. Anything else would really fit. The diminished sixth, so an A flat, excuse me, would also sound a little strange, but not quite. It's one of those things where you can do almost anything with an open chord. So yeah, this sounds a little bit more consonant than the last one, which is nice. And the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bug down in the valley, oh. Oh, the Rattlin Bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. Oh, the Rattlin Bog, the bug down in the valley, oh. And on that branch there was a rattling. And this time we get the banjo duplicating what he's singing, so again it's changed up a little bit. There's a little bit more of a push towards the melody. Down in the valley, oh. And on that branch there was a rattling limb, and the limb and the branch and the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole. And just underneath there's that drone that's just carrying on very gently, but just enough to be heard. A rattling limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the... And it's such a, each time it's kind of got a big kind of way every time the full chorus of singing comes back in with all the instruments added together. It's a total contrast to the soloist, and it gives that drinking song, you know, we're out in an Irish pub having a great time and everybody knows this song, and it's just we're back in again with that chorus, and it doesn't matter what the soloist could start singing about a spaceship on a planet, and as long as you end up back down at the log again, and the log in the bog and all that kind of stuff, nothing else matters, because that chorus is going to stay the same no matter what. And you really get that sense with the way that he's performing this. And this time we just get the drone. The drone is a little louder, it's a bit more present. You get that, obviously the drum carries on the whole way through, but just having that drone there is very effective, because once again, he can do anything he wants over the top of it, and it's absolutely fine. At this point in time, anything goes. There really isn't anything, I mean, I guess an augmented tonic, so if we're in C, the C sharp would clash a little bit. The B probably wouldn't that much, because it would clash, yes, but it would clash in the sense that you feel like it was going to resolve. The C sharp would be a little odd, but that's about the only note that would sound even slightly strange against this drone, so that's really nice too. On that limb there was a nest, a rare nest, a rattling nest, and the nest and the limb and the limb and the branch and the branch and the tree and the tree and the hole and the hole and the bog down in the valley, oh. I like that there's a little bit more of a down in the valley. There's a bit more push now that he's kind of getting further into the song. I like that. In the tree, in the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley. Oh,
Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Now in the nest there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, and a bird in a nest, and the nest, and the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh.
I like you could feel the pickup to that verse a little bit more, and the fact that he's got the going on the banjo as well. You could hear the pacing in the plucking on the banjo, so it's another clue in to the fact that we're picking up speed.
And the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh.
Again, that lovely drone underneath the banjo as well, just continuing on. It's so nice. He's keeping this very sparse, which is what you want, because the focus is just on the increase in the speed, the elements that you're adding. You know, this is one of those things where it's like you appreciate the soloist, and everything that he's doing in this arrangement leans into appreciating the soloist, and I love that. That's absolutely perfect.
And the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, and the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh.
And all of a sudden we see the penny whistle, and it's added a slight element to what we're hearing. We haven't really picked up on it yet. I'm not sure if it's just the space I'm in right now and I'm not hearing it, or if it's actually barely there in the mix, but it gets its real moment to shine at the end, and I love that that is sort of foreshadowed by the fact that we see it now in the video.
Down in the valley, oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. And in that egg there was a bird, a rare bird, a rattling bird, and a bird, and the egg, and the egg, and the bird, and the bird, and the nest, and the nest, and the limb, and the limb, and the branch, and the tree, and the hole, and the bog. And the bog down in the valley, oh.
Wonderful stuff. I love that his gimmick is, yes, I'm going fast, and then all of a sudden we're going to have this really intrusive bass note. It's fantastic. I love the side eye from fiddle Colm. That's great. Like, where's this guy going? And notice it's there. It's the whole da 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 da. It's the third first, second first, third first, second first, and then it's the It could be in the hole in the bog, and he goes down to the G. He's actually done the hole in the bog. I don't have a voice, do I? Da 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 da. He's gone down to the fourth, so he's dropped a little bit further than it could be, and I love that because it's very unexpected.
And the branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, in the bog.
That fourth has kind of almost been foreshadowed a little bit by that clashing fiddle that we had earlier on, where it went up to the fourth. Now he's going down to the fourth. But there's a sense, it's interesting, I think, because we haven't had much like that, there's a sense of finality. Yes, he's slowed right down. Yes, there's a crazy bass element that suddenly gets added in. But it's also the note. The fact that he goes down to the fourth. We're expecting a 4-5-1. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. Like, that's sort of the finish that is leading into.
The branch, and the branch, and the tree, and the tree, and the hole, in the bog. And the bog down in the valley, oh.
And then it's kind of da-da-da-da-da-da. It's not quite a 5-1 at that point. It's implied by the existence of the fourth right before that. And so you get this sense of, yep, and now we've wrapped it up. And it's really nice. I think that's fantastic. And then we hop back into this double chorus.
And the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the valley, oh. Oh, roll the Rattlin Bog, the bog down in the.
And now we get the penny whistle coming in and just taking that high melody, and it's like we've had the bass the whole way through. We've had the bass solo moment where it really stands out for a second, and now we've got this super high pitched instrument to carry us to the end. And so we end with the biggest sound we've had throughout the entire song, and I love that it's just ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum, and off, we're done. It's an immediate cut. I think it's even on now, this might be a tiny bit of delay. I think what's happening is you're getting bogged down in the valley, oh, black. So there's just a tiny split second of gap between him saying "oh." You just have enough time to see the word "oh" finish in his facial shape and hear it in the sound, and then it goes black. I think that's what's happening because I think my latency is throwing me off, because it looks like it's bogged down in the valley, oh, to me. And it goes off as he sings the word "oh." But because of the latency, I'm pretty sure it's happening just after "oh." And I really like that, because we see the song complete, but we don't hang around for anything else. We don't linger on him, which I think for a song like this, really, really pacey, pushing through it, we don't want to. You just want to snap off, job done, thank you very much. Excellent performance. And that is wonderful. I really, really enjoyed that. I love Rattlin Bog. I think it's an amazing piece of music, and I think Colm did a fantastic job of it. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed watching that with me. Thank you so much for watching with me, especially if you're still here at the end. It really means a lot. And whether you've seen this just today as you're watching this, hopefully, again, you watched Colm's version first and then came back here. I am not the artist. I am merely critiquing his work. Or whether you've seen this a bunch of times in the 4.5 years it's been out. Hopefully I was able to bring you something that made you go, oh, that was really cool, or oh, that's why I like that bit, or I'd never noticed that before. That's what I'm trying to do with these videos, and if I've managed to do that for one person, I am a very happy man indeed. But yeah, it's short but sweet, but that's all we're going to have time for this time. I've got to get back to work shortly. But thank you so much for joining me. As I said, I really, really do appreciate it. Please hit the like button, subscribe button, and the notification bell. And if you would care to support the channel, you can head to buymeacoffee.com/DavidKReacts and leave a one-off donation of any amount. You can go to patreon.com/DavidKReacts, where currently you can sign up for $2 or $4 Canadian or your regional equivalent, and in less than a month's time that is going to expand to a bunch more options. So do feel free just to sign up for now or follow for now and see what the new tiers are going to be when they come out, but that'll be out mid-August. Or you could leave a super thanks here on YouTube. Any of those very gratefully appreciated if you should choose to do so. I realize I never took this down. Whoops. It's fine. But yes, I really do appreciate you coming along and watching. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time it happens to be whenever you're watching this. What time are we going to say? What time is it right now? Oh, it's midday, bang on the dot as I finish this. So maybe you started watching just after 11:30 and it's midday right where you are right now. And if I get someone with that, I'll be very happy. Do take care of yourselves, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.